So hi guys, welcome to my promised album flip video. So this in this video I'm going to be sharing this album here, which spans from March 2010 to December 2010. This is my second scrapbook. Well, my second full scrapbook. So I have two other album flip videos. I will try to remember to link them in the video information section. But this is the album that picks up where the black one left off. So in my last album flip video, I shared my very first kind of full scrapbook, and it ran from September of 2009 to March of 2010. And so this one picks up and goes to December. Before that, there's another video that shows, I think it shows my wedding album and a couple partial albums and a theme album that I did sort of at the same time that I did the black album that I just showed you. So this one is where I start kind of keeping my albums as I scrap them, is at this one. So I'm not doing any other scrapbooking besides what shows up in this album, except for mini album. So this is a layout that I did using, I think this was a Die Cuts with a View collection. It's the animal collection with those kind of funky cute animals. And somebody in this can't be shown. He asked that I not show his picture. So I have to cover the picture for the video, but I don't have that there most of the time. And so, yeah, I don't really know what to say about this one. I was doing some doodling, and I cut out some of the critters from the paper collection, and I had some jelly bean soup. I think these were jelly bean soup. This must have been early jelly bean stuff. Yeah, I think it was. These little journaling cards, and I kind of just layered, these are strips of paper here, and I just layered them together, and I just outlined around the circles and used some scallop circle punches, and that's kind of just the way that that one went. And it says reunion, and it's kind of funny. And yeah, what else did I want to say about this? Yeah, so these are letter stickers. I don't know who made them or anything, and I kind of outlined them with a really fine pen, and they're kind of wobbly. They're not very well outlined because I think it was a textured paper. So, and this is a cutout as well, and these little guys are cut out, and they're also popped up on pop dots. I'm not going to take them out of the pockets because there's just too many of them and the glare would be too bad. This is one that I did with, I'm pretty sure this was a Scarlet Lime kit, and I used smooch ink to outline around this chipboard piece and ran some buttons along there. This is a rub-on, and then I did some sewing with my sewing machine. This is one of the first layouts that I ever sewed on. I distressed the edges a lot on this one and added lots of rub-ons and a little bit of journaling up here in the corner and some more buttons. And so that's that. Then this was more of that paper collection from, again, I'm pretty sure it was Die Cuts with a View. It could have been K & Company, but I'm pretty sure it was Die Cuts with a View. So I just kind of took strips of paper. I really liked the patterns, so I took strips of paper and just layered them in the back here, and I did some sewing in a circle around kind of the outside edge, and then I used that circle to kind of have put some embellishments. So I have some buttons right here, and then some lollipop flowers that I made, and I embossed the edges with heat embossing in a lime green color. I think this is Zing from American Craft. So I made these lollipops out of punched circles, and I distressed them and embossed the edges, and then another little row of buttons there, and then another row of buttons right there. So the sewn circle kind of goes all the way around it, and there's embellishments all along it. And then my journaling is on a transparency here. And this I cut with my slice. I didn't have a Cricut or a Silhouette at that point. I just had a slice machine, and then I just tied this little ribbon with a little pin on it. That's a Tim Holtz pin. And yeah, there's no process video for these or anything. I don't think I was doing process videos at this point. And then this one, aw, this one is Olivia when she was a little baby, and it wasn't scrapped at this was an old picture when I scrapped it. And these are Kaiser Crafts rub-ons right there, and I think that might be the only one. These are, I think they're Making Memories flowers that I just put through here, and I did this thing where you pull back a piece of paper and make it, you know, show the other pattern paper on the other side. And this is a piece of lace that I just kind of cut around and used as an embellishment. Another flower that was a Kaiser Craft sticker, or maybe it might have been Jenny Bolin sticker. Can't believe I remember these brands. The Christmas tree pine needle is not part of the design. It's somehow got in there. And that's another Kaiser Craft label, and I did some stamping here and wrote some journaling right there and did some more journaling right there, and that's just a little piece of trim that I tied into a little bow. And so that one was a fun one. I remember doing that one. That one was fun. And this one I did with a kit. Oh, and it says fix. I need to fix this because it is broken right here. My adhesive didn't stick. So this one is a picture of Sophie's baby picture. So this is Olivia's baby picture, and this is Sophie's baby picture. And this was something that came in the Scarlet Lime kit. And then I just cut out this S from a transparency and put a piece of ribbon behind it so it looks kind of like leaves or branches or something. I cut both the picture and the matting for the picture with my Nestabilities in that label. I think that's label 7. I haven't used that one in a really long time. But this is, I think this is, who made this paper? They don't make paper anymore. It's an old company, but nobody really liked that paper, but I did. What I really liked about it was that I like the texture of it. I don't know if you can even tell. I'm going to pull this one out a little bit just so you can see. It's kind of got this vinyl kind of, I really liked the texture of it, and I really liked how it looked when it was distressed. See, the edges distressed really easily. But anyways, I can't remember the name of that paper company. I have Post-it notes with notes to myself because one of these days I'm going to go through these albums, or maybe I never will, who knows, and kind of get some extra glue and a stapler and a roller date stamp and put dates on things that are missing. So that's what these things are for. These are I think these are Making Memories letter stickers, and I just ran a ribbon across the bottom of it, and this is a chipboard journaling piece, and then I just gathered up this pattern paper and sewed on it. This might be the back side of this, and cut a little banner. So yeah, so it says January 2007, but it was scrapbooked in March of 2010. So this is about my stroller. Yeah, this is a very simple layout, and I really just wanted to, I didn't want to scrapbook about my stroller, but I just wanted to remember this stroller because it was kind of a big deal. We didn't buy many fancy high-end baby stuff for our kids, but this was a really high-end stroller that we got because we didn't want to, we had 2 toddlers, like a baby and a toddler, but we didn't want a side-by-side, and back then this was like the only option for having like one kid over the other instead of side by side. And so I loved this stroller. It was a really big deal that we got it, and we sold it. And so I said, I'm not nostalgic about getting rid of baby stuff, but I'm gonna miss this stroller. And it's just on a piece of textured background paper and then just matted, and I did my journaling on these little strips and just did the title with thickers and put 2 little asterisks there just for embellishment, but it's very, very, very plain. This photo was taken in April of 2010. Really? April of 2010? I'll have to check that. This one says, this one is definitely from a Scarlet Lime kit, except for these letter stickers. I think these are actually chipboard letters. They're not letter stickers. But I remember these things came in a kit for sure, because I remember getting them and not knowing what on earth to do with them. So I just kind of clustered them here and took some strips of paper. This is another, I used a Nestability to cut out, I think this was packaging from Kaisercraft, and I inked this blue with some distress ink, probably broken china, and I used some gems to highlight the big huge piece of cheesecake. This was kind of like our first kids' dinner out where like we had taken our kids to restaurants before, but this was the first, like, it wasn't a fancy restaurant, but we had wine and we had dessert, and it was kind of like a big long meal. So it was the first time that our kids had to really sit still in a restaurant that was mostly grown-ups that didn't have like craft paper and crayons on the table. So it's just called Dinner Out. And I just layered some paper. It's a pretty simple layout, but I did a little bit of a photo collage here. And this is a 4x6 photo, and then these are smaller photos that I just cut and collaged like after the fact. They're glued onto the layout like that. And then this is just a little bit of a stamp that I did some journaling on. It says Moncton, April 2010. So then this is also from that Scarlet Lime kit. And it says Best Buds, and these letter stickers are from my stash. And I crinkled up the paper and inked it to make it more purple. Not to make it more purple, but basically it was too bold. There was too much contrast between the purples and the greens, and I wanted it to kind of look more faded or less kind of bold. So I did that, and I also inked around the edges of this pattern paper in a turquoise color. I think I used distress ink in probably broken china. And then I just layered some of these are stickers. I think these are We Are Memory Keeper stickers. This border, this tag, this, and then these, I don't know what these are, but they're little chipboard things. I don't know who makes them. And then I just scattered some buttons in the colors that kind of matched the overall layout. And yeah, I matted the photo, and it's pretty easy. It says Pizza Night, Sunday Nights with Peter, Sherry, and Anna. They lived across the street from us then. Then pumpkin guts, and I spelled pumpkin wrong. I can't remember if I did that on purpose or I can't imagine it was an accident, but pumpkin is spelled without the P for some reason. Can't remember why. It might have been a mistake. I don't quite know. But anyways, it is what it is, right? So I used those orange thickers with these, which are my very favorite letter stickers ever. So I'm not sure why it's misspelled, but it is. So I outlined the letter stickers, and then these were some of my very favorite vinyl letter stickers ever. They were thickers. I can't remember the font, but they were big, huge thickers, and they were awesome, but not many came in the pack because the letters were so big. And this is just a little piece of felt that I cut off of a piece of Kaisercraft trim. I have no idea how I remember all these details 4 years later, 5 years later. These are stamps from the Scarlet Lime Kit Club. And these were cut with Nestabilities in the top note shape. And these are We Are Memory Keepers sticker and Jelly Bean Soup sticker. And I don't know what this is. It's a piece of chipboard. These, I think, are Jelly Bean Soup spots. Little flowers from Making Memories. This is some trim from Making Memories. It's flocked. And that's it. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. Sophie loved pulling the gooey guts out of her jack-o'-lantern. Look at her, she's so cute. Isn't that cute? And here's Olivia's pumpkin. So on the other side, we have Olivia. Hi. So it says, carving the pumpkins. We picked from the pumpkin patch where we picked apples is the highlight of our autumn. That's not very grammatically correct, but that's the way I wrote it. So a little collage of 3 photos here. On the brown paper, I used rub-ons in the 3 corners of the photos, and like the corners created by the photos, and then I just I don't know who made these things, but they look like they're all from the same collection. I distressed them and popped up some of them on Pop Dots, and that's that. And I did the journaling kind of like this, and the title of this is Carving. And these are Making Memories letter stickers. They're cork letter stickers with white polka dots on them, and they are from the Chloe's Closet collection. And don't ask me how I could possibly remember that from 5 years ago, but I do. This one is called Lobster Feast, and I took some of those chipboard letter pieces that aren't sticky, just the chipboard letters, and I set them across here and I just misted. And this would be probably Glimmer Mist because it was before my days of having Mr. Huey's. It could also, yeah, I think it's Glimmer Mist because it's a little bit glimmery. You see there? So that's how I came up with the lobster, and then I just added, these are basic gray letter stickers that say Feast. And I have a little bit of journaling up here in the corner that I stapled with a regular stapler because I didn't have my tiny attacher yet. That is a basic gray sticker. Did my journaling right there. In May and December we eat lots of lobster. Lobster, beer, wieners, and coleslaw. Boy, we know how to eat. And so this shows, and this is what Olivia used to do on a routine basis, is come to the dinner table dressed as a princess. And so there she is eating lobster, picking her lobster from the crew. And we actually have a family routine or a family tradition, I guess, of racing our lobsters before we cook them. So we cut the elastics off of them, put them on the floor, and we each pick one. And the idea is that they're supposed to race across the kitchen. They usually just kind of flop around. Sometimes they'll move a little bit. But so that's something that we did that wasn't captured in this. It says Yummy Lobster, May of 2010. This is from the Origins collection from Basic Gray. Actually, this background paper might also be from that. And some of the, yeah, I think this is all from Origins. These are Making Memories flowers, and this is from the Origins collection. It might be from Granola. I don't know. I don't know where the paper's from. But it's Basic Gray. I recognize it as Basic Gray. So I punched the lobster picture and punched the mat for, that is also from Origins. And then I just matted these. That was fun. What? The other side. Okay, she's ready for the other side. Okay, so this one is from June of 2010, but it doesn't have its label, its date on it. This is iPod. And these are thickers. Yeah, and this one I must not have had an I because this is a black foam thicker and these are black chipboard thickers. Oh yes, because I needed it to be a lowercase I for it to be proper, like iPod. These are layered chipboard embellishments, and I think that this is K & Company paper. There's lots of tulle on this one, just to make it kind of fancy. I wanted to kind of pick up on the mosquito net, the princess netting that she had on her bed.
The canopy.
The canopy, that's what it's called. So here I was kind of playing around with my journaling fonts too. It says Olivia got a princess canopy net and an iTunes card for her 5th birthday. She had Daddy download the new Taylor Swift album complete with music videos. Sunday morning, instead of coming into our room, I found her in her room under her canopy watching Taylor Swift videos. I guess she really is growing up. And so I use different types of fonts to highlight and different markers as well. This is a piece of ribbon with another one of those chipboard embellishments. The ribbon is sort of layered, and I've got like various kinds of trim and flowers and stuff. And then down here, there's just like a little row of a whole bunch of different assortment of embellishments. And this one was from my stash. And I just put, for this one, that's one of those big buttons that have the loop on the back and they don't sit flat, so I just used hot glue and put a safety pin underneath of it just for interest. Yeah.
And it says Princess.
It says Princess, that's right. Oh, so maybe it's iPod Princess is the name of it. I don't know. So there's that one from June of 2010. I'll put that back there. And then this is another Scarlet Lime layout. Let me see. Now some of these Yeah, I think this was my own design. So every once in a while there's going to be a lift in here, and I didn't make a note of when I lifted from the design team. I think at this point I was mostly scrapping on my own. So yeah, but I don't want to take credit for work that isn't mine, but I know in my last video I told you ones that I thought were lifts, but I'm pretty sure these are nothing very spectacular. They can't possibly be lifts. So yeah. So anyhow, with that Scarlet Lime kit that month, we got a tube of yellow paint and one of those roller things that you put, it had like a screen pattern on it. And so I just rollered, this was a plain piece of black paper, and I rollered yellow all over it. I kind of went like this, and then I went up in that corner too, and down here on this edge. And then this is pattern paper. It had like a frosty kind of glitter on it. Not really glitter, but it looks like kind of icing sugar or something. So I cut out 2 of the flowers and just made some embellishments. The kit came with these and these as well, so I just layered those, and the kit came with this letter sticker set, and so I just wrote family with that. I think the kit also came with these chipboard butterflies, and then this is from my own stash, this little thing here. So that was a fun one. Right, and then this is about our sodding party. So, so I used, what did I use? Sassafras. Oh, I miss sassafras. So yeah, I use sassafras on this. And this is just, it chronicles our before and after of putting our lawn in our house. So it shows, this is sort of like not really before, but it's at the beginning of the process. And it's from May of 2010. And I have these big flowers. These are Prima flowers, and I just put buttons in the middle of them. And basically all that I did was I layered some papers, and I like when I do a double layout, you'll notice I don't do many double layouts, but when I do, I like to have things span both pages. So I have the same background paper here, and then I have this background paper that spans both, and then I have, let's see, this one disappears, but this one kind of goes from here to here, and then also up here. It's kind of a little bit disjointed, but then there's this kind of like striped paper here and here as well. And then I just kind of took all of these photos and made them make like a little grid. So it's a 5x2 grid. So I got 10 pictures on here of just all different people helping out. We had a whole bunch of friends come over to help, friends and family. And I just wanted to document that, you know, everybody helped and we got it done in a day. And I used a stamp here that says, I get by with a little help from my friends. And so it's, the name of it is Before and After. This is a basic gray from the Lime Ricky collection. Basic gray chipboard, basic gray chipboard. This is, I think I cut this out of the sassafras paper. This is a sassafras sticker that I pop dotted. This is another sticker. This is basic gray chipboard from the Lime Ricky collection. Scattered some buttons different places and some of these little, this was some trim that I used to mist with glimmer mist and let dry, and then I'd use it as little flowers. I cut it apart. It was like one long continuous strip of these little flowers. So yeah. And these are the letter stickers that came in the sassafras collection. I can't remember which collection it was, but definitely sass. I miss sass. Okay, so now this is our girls' weekend away. Oh my gosh, look at my hair. That was awful. Look at my hair there. What was I thinking? Anyhow, so yeah, this was from the kit, from the Scarlet Lime kit. It came with these cork things, and I don't know, I don't love this one. It's okay. Picture of the grapevines and of us on the back of a pickup truck. I think that was Jen's truck. So we all went away. We had an annual kind of getaway. We'd rent a cabin or stay at, we did different things. And that was our getaway. And this is also from the same getaway. So this is a kind of like a grid where I've got, we did a wine tour, and so I kind of had these photos, and then I filled in with different pieces of pattern paper, and I outlined it with ink and a white marker. So I inked the edges all in white, and I remember that that didn't make them quite white enough, so then I also went around it with a white marker so that it would look just kind of the way that I wanted it to look. And then I just rounded the corners on some of them just for a little bit of interest. And this is the date, April 24th of 2010. And now, I don't know what I was thinking when I did this, because this doesn't really match with this at all, but I guess that this probably came in the kit, so I put wine tasting as the title, and I put these 2 wooden brads, which I painted red. Ugh, that's like, anyhow, that's what it is. Oh yeah, and then this one was fun to do. This one was a lot of fun. So this one I used these sassafras chipboard letter stickers to spell out Girls Weekend. It's hard to read because the letters are so funny. But these are chipboard letter tiles. I love, love, love them. Hang on, I gotta go close my door. And I painted more. I smeared and painted more of the yellow. Yep. So I just put more yellow paint to make like a frame on this pattern paper from the Scarlet Lime. And then this flower came with it, but I didn't want it to be black and white, so I misted it and added some, it looks like distress stickles for some interest. Then there's a rub-on of these kind of sequin waist rub-on, and these 2 pieces of fabric came in the kit as well. So I just layered 3 photos and put the title across the bottom. Did some journaling. I think this was on some packaging from one of the embellishments that came in the kit. And that's that. That was a fun one. I had fun making that one. So I'll pick up here after I finish my supper. So this is a total walk down memory lane, but I have to go faster. So this one I really like. I actually like this one a lot more than this one. I think I executed this one a little bit better, even though it's a little bit kind of off to the edge here, like the beautiful is over to the edge. So the name of this one is Beautiful Beads. I used, I can't remember what kind of, I think these were Glitz Designs letter stickers, and this was a Glitz Designs rub-on. It's the same as that. I also used the same chipboard letter tiles. These are from, you know what, these might be from Cosmo Cricket. I think they're from, I think I might have said that they were from Sassafras, but I'm pretty sure they're from Cosmo Cricket. Or Sassafras, I can't remember. Sassafras. These are all Sassafras embellishments. And I just kind of misted the background. I actually misted instead of splattering. It wasn't into splattering then. I did my journaling on journaling strips right here with another Sassafras embellishment and 2 buttons. And I just really like this one. I really like it a lot. It is kind of a little bit too slanty, but I still really enjoy it. I like the beads. I like the way that the word beads is spelled. I didn't have an E, so I used an ampersand, and I think it looks cool like that. And I like the arrows pointing to it. And the picture, it was, my friend took this picture of me looking at all of these beads. The beads were just hitting the light so beautifully. The photo didn't really pick up on it quite as nice as what it actually was, but I remember it. So then this one was, I think this one was from my stash. I can't remember. No, I think it was from a kit. I can't quite remember. Anyhow, this is a photo of my sister and I from quite a long time ago. This would have been August of 1996. It says right there. That's me before I went off to Calgary for grad school. And my sister, she would have been a very young woman there, maybe 18, 19 years old. Yeah. That's so nice. I love this picture. I did some journaling about it right along here, and it says 2 young chicks, and I spelt out young just with my own, like with a marker. I didn't use letter stickers, and these letter stickers here they were white, and I inked them with orange distress ink, and this was black, and I inked it also with orange so that the places where the letters were showed up orange. And I just kind of sprinkled a few embellishments, like some flowers and buttons and a butterfly. And I just kind of made the background paper be half, like so half this and half that. This is from Kaiser Craft and this is from Die Cuts with a View or K & Company. I get those two companies mixed up. And then I just put a little piece of trim, and I did do some border punching right there. That was fun. And then for this one, I had this paper and I did not know how to use it. It was this kind of peacock paper like this, and so I didn't know what to do with it. So I decided to kind of scrapbook within this little piece of plaid paper. I matted it on the purple background and did some outlining in the green and the purple with just markers. And then I decided to just color in one portion, like one repetition of the pattern. And I just used the markers that I had on hand for that. And I did a tiny bit of extra doodling besides what was on the drawn peacocks. And so, and this is a picture of my sister in Calgary. This is a statue that's at the Calgary Zoo, and my sister's pretending to like the ice cream. It's kind of cute. And then I just put like a line of buttons that were in the two colors of the layout, the purple and the turquoise. And it says Share is the title, and summer 1999. So this layout is about the first day of school, my older daughter's first day of school, and there she is in the morning of at home getting ready to go. And I'm pretty sure that this was a design lift from the design team at the Scarlet Lime. And so I hand cut a heart and kind of put it off center here, kind of off the page, and I did lots of doodling around it, outside and inside, and then I also made the embellishments just kind of follow the line of the heart. And so these are all embellishments that were included in the kit. There's a combination of rub-ons which are now peeling because of time. They're just not the greatest quality of rub-ons. These were Kaiser Craft, by the way, if you're wondering the brand. Actually, no, these were not Kaiser Craft. These were Glitz Designs rub-ons. And so a combination of buttons, rub-ons, and then these little plastic pieces. They're like plastic transparent or semi-transparent pieces. Really pretty, and then that's a flare badge. And then I just added a couple of other little embellishments, like a little ribbon in the shape of a heart and this piece here. And then this is another layout of the first day of school, just more pictures. These are the pictures that we took at preschool, because she went to preschool first and then the preschool walked them over. So there's pictures. So this is, so I'm pretty sure that this was my own design. It's just some paper in an L shape, like a cross on the page, and some small photos and one 4x6. And it says first day. I can't remember who made those stickers. These are more of those rub-ons from Glitz Designs. You see they are peeling. Yeah. More of those acrylic pieces. And more of the, I think this was a transparent sticker, not a rub-on. And this flower, I made that flower. It's not the most pretty flower in the world, but I made it with Glimmer Mist and Distress inks, using one of those, you know, like put the ink on your mat and add some water and make it all messy and then dip your flower in it. That was the technique that I used. So, and then this is about Maya. It's called My Scrapbooking Cat. And so this was from a set of rub-ons that was scrapbook oriented. So it was my something else. I can't remember. My hobby, I think it said. And so I just, or maybe it said my scrapbook. I can't remember. But anyways, I wanted to say my scrapbooking cat. So I just kind of pieced together a couple of different rub-ons from that set. And then because I didn't have the word scrapbooking or scrapbookin, I just used letter stickers from my stash and put them on there, and then those are other letter stickers. I did my journaling right here, and so what I did that was kind of different or I think it's interesting, I don't know if it really is, but I kind of made this one fairly themed. So it says paw prints in the Glimmer Mist, and so there's mist on this one. buttons under the table, so there's a button. Kitty hairs on the cricket mat, so there's little threads there. Distress ink in the fur, and so there's distress ink on that one, and then stickles everywhere, and then there's stickles on and off of that. And then there's this very non-random-y, very contrived-looking cluster of buttons, and this was some themed paper with cats on it. I think it was from Basic Grey. Yeah, it was from Basic Grey. And then a couple pictures of my cat, of Maya, in the craft room. And then the journaling just says into everything. It looks like a title, but it's not. It's just into everything. And then a little clip that says meow. So it's very themey. Most of my layouts are not very themey, but that one is. And then, you know, because I bought the themed paper, it was cat and dog themed paper, so I had puppy. Oh, this is so cute. So this is a layout about Charlie. It says new puppy. I distressed the edges to make it look like, you know, a dog had been chewing at it or whatever. So the whole thing is very distressed looking. And lots of cute pictures of the dog. The dog asleep on the floor with Sophie asleep on the floor across from him. And there's Olivia and Charlie all curled up together. Charlie's not in our family anymore, so it's kind of sad to look at this, but I did my journaling all around the edge of it, and it says, "Can we have a puppy? I want to get a puppy dog. Please, when can we get a puppy? I really, really want a dog. Please, Mommy, can we get a pet dog someday? Please, can we get a puppy? I promise I'll take care of him. I have a great idea. Let's get a puppy today. Mommy, when can we get our puppy? I know exactly what our family needs. A dog. Please, 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 please." All the way along here is all pleases. So those are, you know, what we heard a lot of until we got the puppy. Charlie joined our family in July of 2010. It was a dream come true for Livy and Sophie. And he stayed with us until the summer of 2014. When we realized that Scott was terribly allergic to something, and it turned out it was poor old Charlie. So anyhow, I know, yeah, so it was hard to say goodbye to Charlie, but look at these little embellishments that I put on there. They're really cute. This was a fun one to do. So here's another one. This one is called Toy Story Jammies. I cut Toy Story with my Cricut, so I did have a Cricut at this point, and that is a kind of like a multi-layered, there's a black layer, there's 3 layers to this, and then I did outline it, this word story I outlined with my pen. I ran a bunch of buttons around the bottom part and did all of my journaling up top. This is a stamp that I kind of made go all the way around. Strip of paper, strip of paper, strip of paper, and then the photo right there, and then some journaling here, and a whole bunch of journaling there. So, Toy Story Jammies. This one, oh, I had a lot of fun with this one too. This is another sassafras layout, and it says, "We are 9 going on 10. It's very hard to read that title, but I really love this layout. So these are sassafras letter stickers. This is one of those sassafras cards, sassafras embellishments, sassafras letter stickers, and sassafras number stickers. So we are 9 going on 10. And then 2010, Thanksgiving, we are waiting for the arrival of number 10. So much to be thankful for. And so these are the 9 of us. And then I just used L's to make a hashtag. And it says number 10 with an arrow pointing to Tanya's tummy because she was expecting Sammy at that point. I distressed the edges of these layers here. Quite a lot, actually. It's quite distressed. I distressed this and put staples in all the corners. Yeah, this was a fun one. And a little sticker here. Oh, I love this one. Oh, you guys, there's a story for this. Yeah, there is a story for this. I think this is the one. Was I doing process videos for this? I don't know if this is the layout, but there is a layout in which the photo is actually not glued down. This might be it. So one of my very first process videos, this might be it. Yep, I think this is it, because this was my other first process video. So on one of my process videos, if it's this, I'm going to put it in the information section for this one. But I did, I don't watch my process videos now, I just post them and forget about them. But at the time, I was new to doing them, so I was kind of watching each one to make sure that I did a good job and listen to myself and make sure I didn't sound silly. Now I may very well sound silly, but I don't care. And so I was doing it, and Scott watched it with me because it was one of my first, and we realized as we watched it that I actually didn't glue this photo down. So nothing is holding this photo in place except for the stickers that are layered on top of it. So these letter stickers, which we all know that thickers don't really hold anything anywhere. So these thickers are the only thing holding this. And I guess, you know, like the little edges of some of these other stickers are sort of holding it down, but not really, right? So yeah, that was funny. At the end, Scott was like, did you ever go back and put down that photo? Like glue it down? I was like, I don't think so. So anyhow, I cut this with my circle cutter and this with my circle cutter. This is Christmas paper. And this is washi tape. Like, it's actually masking tape. It was before washi tape. It's printed masking tape. I use buttons as an embellishment, and these are little making memories flowers that I put little pearls in the middle, and it says believe right here, and so the title is Happy Holidays. So I will link that, and I did ink this green thing. It was white. It's this kind of like green flourishy thing, and yeah, that was fun. And I doodled in both red and black around the edges of these pieces, the circles. So I'm almost done. Then we've got Concert. This one is just called Concert. And it's a picture of Olivia at her Christmas concert. And I don't really know what to say about it. It's like layered Christmas paper, a couple of circles like this, these two circles, and then just like a plain, like a black background paper. And I kind of wrinkled up the, I did one of those kind of loop-de-loop layered ribbon strips. Put a key there. This is a K & Company embellishment, felt embellishment. Some Kaiser Craft stickers, and these are thickers. And that's it. Then there's this. This was my very first process video. It wasn't really a full process video. I called it Share the Process, which I gotta fix that in. So what I did was I did a little bit and then I stopped and described what I did, and then I did a little bit more and I stopped and described what I did. So it's sort of not really a process video, but it was the first process-y video that I did. And so it's called Moncton to Halifax in 7 hours. Now Moncton is 2.5 hours away, but it took us 7 hours because we hit a snowstorm and got stranded for several hours because we couldn't get gas, and I journaled about it right here. So I did two things here. I misted the background of this paper, but then I also did all of my journaling here. The journaling is really messy and it's not all that readable, but it tells a fairly long story about us getting stranded and what we did with ourselves and how proud I was of the kids for being good, hanging out at Tim Hortons for 5 hours when there was absolutely nothing to do. So, so that is my album. So hang on, I think that goes there. So this is the album that was upstairs, but because I'm putting a new album upstairs, I had to, I only have so much room up there for albums. So every time I fill an album down here and put it up there, I have to bring an album down here and put it in my back room. So this is going into the back room, and I'll show you what album I'm putting up there. This is the album that's going in its place. So these are some of them. That one, because it's older, is probably an American Crafts D-ring binder. This, because it's newer, is a Recollections D-ring binder. I just get the cloth covered one, and I don't bother putting anything in this window anymore because it's too much of a pain, and I hate the album part of scrapbooking. I really don't like putting things into albums and fiddling with that kind of stuff. So I just put a post-it note that says March 2014 to August 2014. And so I don't even need to talk about these because you guys would have already seen all of these. So it has this A Yummy Good Time at Cherryberry layout. This one, which says backpack, which is called Backpack Buds. So if you see any of these you're interested in, they're all on my channel. The Banksfords Take on Pinterest. This one says 16-hour drive. That's about our Boston road trip. And then what I do nowadays is I put my pocket pages right in with my 12 by 12s. So this would be pocket pages from around the same time. So that would be, you know, the spring of 2014. And then this one is called Just Keep Swimming. It's about Olivia's new pet fish. Well, it was new at the time. This one is called Boston. They have Dunkin' Donuts there. This was fun. Oh, I love looking at these. This is a total walk down memory lane. So if you like any of these and want to see the process, if you missed them the first time around, or if you're new to my channel, all of these, I'm not going to link all of them because there's just too many, but if you go to my channel, you can search my channel, and all of my videos are named according to the layout name. So this one is called Keep Moving. This one is called Getting Back to Nature. Oh, this was so much fun. This one is called 65 Years Young. This one is called Otis and Clementine. And then the other thing that I do, because my pocket pages are in with my 12 by 12 pages, I'm also just sticking in any things that I want to stick in that I would put in a project life type of a thing, of a project. So I've got some Mother's Day things here in little pockets. These are all Becky Higgins various sized pockets. This one is called The Love of Lush. And I'll shooting some b-ball outside of the school. Shout out to the Fresh Prince. This one is called Some Things Never Change, and it's about Naomi. This one is called hashtag Photo Booth. And then another pocket page. 2 pocket pages that time. And then this one is called Let's Explore the Apple Store. This one is called Mamma Mia Moment. Bus Stop Buds. I already had one called Backpack Buds. This one is called Thumbs Up. This one is called Stroll Along the Waterfront. And this one was from a True Scrap 6 class that I taught. So you won't find this one on my channel unless if you bought the class, which is for sale right now. I think it's on sale right now for $9.99 at the True Scrap website. So if you want to check that out, I do have a process video about this that you would get with that class, along with the class, which was about using die cuts and punches to punch up your layout. So this is all punched and die cut. This one is called Oh So Pretty. Oh no, it's not. It's called Sweet Nixie. This one is called hashtag Lila. And this one is called Covered Bridge Shenanigans. So if you, again, I'm not going to take these all out of the album, and I'm not going to bother, you know, going through in too much detail about what these are all about, because they all have process videos. So if you saw anything in there that you want to check out, that was my album flip for this one that is heading upstairs to spend some time in my hallway and maybe be looked at by somebody at some point. So thanks so much for watching these 2 album flips from then and now. Take care, everybody. Have a great scrappy week.